Hey everyone, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. This is our big pre-live Southern Big Bass kickoff here at Shane Flynn Outdoors. Wait a few minutes for folks to filter in. So we got a few to come in. The Southern Big Bass tournament gets kicked off this Saturday. I see thumbs up already. Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for coming in. Haven't seen anybody post yet, but wanted to have a live before this kicks off. Hey, Brian Green, Gary, James, and Cranking and Yanking. Take you for a swamp ride if you watch Cranking and Yanking. I watched this video last night. That's a good one, James. Nick, how are you? James Allen, John Bandy. Man, everybody piling in here tonight. We must have a tournament fixing to kick off. RWA Racing. Howdy. I'm not sure if that's the same RWA Racing as RWA Fishing, but welcome. Thanks for stopping in. We're going to talk a little bit about current tournament kickoff here in just a few minutes. It is starting to warm up here in Virginia. It's beautiful. Today was beautiful. Hey, Roger Barnett. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate you. Weather is beautiful the last few days. Unfortunately, I can't fish, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. I'm kind of out of commission for a while. Brian, I hope you've been out there. Brian Green, I'm sure you've been out there fishing. But, spring comes. We all get excited about fishing. I'm excited. Hey, Bass Hunter of Tennessee. James, you hit 80 in Louisiana. That's pretty daggum warm. Chris Gomez, thanks for stopping in, friend. Like I said, we'll jump into some of the content on the tournament here in just a few minutes. I give it a couple of minutes here to filter in. People to filter in. So I just mentioned, and I can't do much fishing right now. A week ago, here in a few hours, a week ago on Wednesday, it was raining here in Virginia. I walked out of my studio here, slipped and fell and broke my leg. So I can't fish. I've got a cast on my left leg, so I'm out of commission for the next probably 4 to 6 weeks. I am, and right in the middle of prime time of spring's here. I'm pretty bummed, but I still get to hold this tournament, which keeps me tuned in and keeps me excited. Yeah, Brian, that's right. That's exactly what I thought when I woke up Thursday morning. I crawled. My wife wasn't here. I fell down outstairs. It was raining. I think you've been to my house. I got a pretty big house and had to crawl up all the stairs and woke up the next morning. I couldn't walk and I was like, yeah, this is bad. James, I tried to rub some dirt on it, buddy. I promise you. I walked around all day Thursday and I was like, it's just spraying. My wife come in and goes, that's broke. And sure enough, when I walked into the doctor and the doctor just put up the x-ray, I was like, I didn't even need to tell me it's broke. I seen it immediately. So I'm out of commission for 4 to 6 weeks, right in the prime of the spring, and I'm really bummed. But like I said, we got the tournament going, start kicking off on Saturday. So for all you, and a lot of you are on here in the tournament. So tomorrow, probably around 9:30, 10, depending on when my first break is, I will start sending everybody their participant code, just like I do in every tournament. So if you're new to these tournaments, and if you're here, most of you I recognize your name, a couple I don't. But if you're new to our tournaments, starting tomorrow, I'll send out a participant code with very detailed instructions on how to, register your fish. You have to have your participant code in the picture of the fish, and there'll be an example photo. For those of you who've been fishing this for the last 3 or 4 years, you know how to do it. But if you have questions and you're questions or confused or concerned, and it doesn't cover the instructions, I've been doing this a few years. I kind of got the instructions down pretty good. Just shout at me, right? And we'll clear up any details. Now, something I want to add before we get too far into this. Let's see. Brian said I slipped and broke 2 ribs. Yeah, it happens. I would take 2 ribs versus a leg right now. I know ribs hurt. John, I hope you or Lindy, I hope you and John are caught some fish today at Three Forks. So, but just a couple things for everybody. If you're wanting, this is very, very important for the tournament. This upcoming tournament. Yes, James Allen. Thanks for bringing that up. James was one of those that caught a giant last year. His bump board wasn't big enough. Make sure you have a large enough bump board. You need 26 inches minimum. 24 is not going to cut it if you're going to be competitive. You need that 26, 28 inch bump board. The other thing I'll tell you, if you're trying to compete for the Pro Series for Omnia, which you will, if you're the highest ranking Omnia Pro member in the top 5, you win an extra $300. So if you're first place, that's $550 for first place. If you're 5th place and no one above you is an Omnia Pro member, that's an extra $300. That's $350. So, but it's very important. You must be registered before this tournament kicks off on the 15th. And if you don't know how to do Omnia Pro, and if you want to do that, just go to OmniaFishing/pro, and you'll use the discount code SFOPRO, which is going across the bottom of the screen right now, and enter that to get 20% off. So you get a lot of benefits from Omnia Pro. I've been over it before. You get 10% back on all your purchases, free shipping. It pays for itself. That $30 pays for itself. And if you are the highest placing member, Omnia Pro member in our tournaments, you win an additional $300. So you can win up to $550 in this tournament. And we're playing 1st through 5th. So $250, $150, $100, $75, $50 is our payouts this year. So, Brian, your bump board barely goes to 14. You just hold the fish closer to the camera when you take photos of them. Isn't that the trick, Brian? So, but again, all the participant codes will be going out starting tomorrow. Everyone will have a participant code by 5 o'clock on Friday. As of right now, I don't have the spreadsheet up because I had to reboot my computer. There's around 580 participants in this Southern Big Bass Tournament. I think 586. Don't quote me on that. But about 586 folks in the Southern region. So, hey, Cars and Fishing, thanks for stopping by. That is a big bass you got there. That's a bass. From California. But so your participant codes will go out starting tomorrow around 9:30 or so is when I'll get them out. James said he joined Omnia Pro a few weeks ago. Now he's broke. I hear you. I mean, us folks that buy a lot of tackle, it's addicting. Especially when it's like when there's no shipping. You can buy a pack of hooks. You can buy this little pack of hooks for $3 and it's free shipping. So why not just buy a pack of hooks? I do it all the time. So, but I want to leave some time if there's anybody new here that has any questions to throw up some questions if you want. And by the way, if you want to join me here on the live, I'm putting the link. All you have to do is click on that link right there and you'll pop up in my screen and you can join me here on the live. So, I'm looking forward to it. Last year, Georgia was the winner. Marvin London, who has not registered this year. Marvin, if you watch this tomorrow, I haven't got a registration from you unless I'm mistaken. He has not re-registered this year, and he won from Georgia with 24 3/4, I think it was. 8 pounds, some odd ounces. But something I want to do, if this will come up, got to get my email to come up. So, people, we have this big map of the Southern region, and everybody goes, I get a lot of comments about, I can't beat somebody in Florida or Texas or wherever, down where it's very common to catch giant bass, right? It's common to catch giant bass all over. And one of our followers of this channel, David Williams, and I'm hoping the picture comes up. If my email opens up, my computer's been very, very slow today. So David Williams here in Virginia on the Chickahominy River caught 11-pound, 4.2-ounce bass, 25 inches long this past weekend with his son and his grandson. And it's just awesome. I'm going to throw this picture up as soon as I get it. That is a giant river bass. So you never know. You never know, right? I say this all the time. All you can do is get out there and throw your arm, cast your arm off, and you might have that giant that is going to win the tournament. Because I would tell you, he is not registered in the tournament, but if he was, that would definitely be pretty close to winning the whole thing. I'm going to get the photo up here now. My email's up. David, I know you sent it to me, and I hope you don't mind me sharing it. It's all over Facebook, but I just want to share it with everybody. If the computer will cooperate. But yeah, 11 pounds, 4.2 ounces. That's a pretty, I think he, if I'm not mistaken, caught it on a rattle trap. Hey, Tim Morton. Thanks for stopping in. Crank and Yank and James, you got a good point. When it's free, what do you got to lose? Nothing. Exactly. You're not, it's all free. That's why we like to do it here. That's the way we like to keep it. So just looking to see if that, here we go. Open. Sorry for the dead time here and trying to get this to open up. It will open in just a second. So anybody have any questions out there? Most everybody here, the only person that's kind of new, Cars and Fish from California. Thanks for stopping in. Tim, you're a regular. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, like I said, everybody by 5 o'clock on Friday will have their, I'm pretty confident everybody will have their participant code before they go to bed tomorrow night, Thursday night. But worst case scenario, things happen, worst case scenario would probably be about 5 o'clock on Friday will be the latest that I think I'll have those participant codes up. So still trying to get this picture to open. When it rains, it pours with computer problems, and it's gonna pour for me. So I'll be very. But by the way, David Williams, I don't think I'm gonna get the picture to come up, but congratulations on a great catch, and even better, you caught it with your son and your grandson. That's a special thing right there to be able to enjoy a giant fish like that with your family. That's just amazing. So James says, if I lose, maybe I'll stop complaining about forward facing start complaining about those dang floor. James, I hear you. Brian said he saw the fish in Virginia. It's been all over the place. I just want to make sure. I wanted to try to share it with my audience here because we got a lot of folks from all over. But yeah, I will. I can confirm to you, James, and you know this because you fished on the same boat that I have. The two-time defending champion, two-time champion of the Southern Big Bass Tournament, Lindia, doesn't have forward-facing sonar. Now, I will tell you, they got the best depth finder you can have, the most accurate depth finder you can have in Florida. They just stick the pole right down in the mud hole that they fish, but they know I'm joking, into Jackson or to in Donkey Land because the water's only 4 foot deep, so you don't need forward-facing sonar there. Hey, Ted. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Really appreciate it. Lindia just gave you a thumbs up. No forward-facing sonar. So 10-5 came out of Anna last week. I seen that one too. One more try. Is this picture going to open up? It wanting to open up, but I guess it's not going to do it. But David, again, congratulations on a great catch. Yeah, Ted, I agree. Lindy don't need no forward-facing sonar. Matter of fact, none of us need it. If you know how to catch bass, you know how to catch bass, and we know how to catch bass. You know, James, I've been down to Duncanland a couple times, and I've only caught. Last time I was there, I caught one. I think it was 614. If I remember correctly, John or Linda, correct me if I'm wrong. But I caught mostly 14, 15 inchers in 2 days. So, I mean, there's some big ones down there. Don't get me wrong, but you can run into a big one anywhere, right? I mean, I run into big ones here all the time. I mean, last year I had a bounty in this tournament because last year, right before this tournament kicked off, I caught one over 9 in the local lake right here by my house at Hunting Run Reservoir, and I offered an extra $150 if anybody beat the length. Mine was 25 at 9, I think 9.4, and if anyone beat it, I would throw an extra $150 on top. But no one beat it, so there's big bass out all over. Just got to get out there. And James, I hear you. You got a lot of water down Louisiana, and you're going to catch a lot of dings. Brian said last week I had 4 over 6 and 1 pushing 7. It's on. Yeah, it's time here in Virginia to catch them. So all you got to do is just get out there, folks. That's all you can do. So yeah, James caught 1 over 9, and that's the only one he's caught not since 1995. And I'm trying to read Ted. I didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, you're saying musky fishing. He uses forward-facing sonar for musky fishing, but we're not this tournament style fishing that we do. I mean, we're not fishing for 5 bass and weight, right, or 5 bass and length. But it's more fun, right? So you can get out there, and you all know this that Fish Star tournaments. Patrick Williams, who's in this tournament, he won the 5 bass draw the first year from the bank and his kayak both. And then Tim Newstead from New York won from the bank and from the boat last year. So you can, you just gotta get lucky, right? It's just gotta be out there catching when you can catching when you can. Roger Burnett caught 9.11 out of Gunnerville in February. That's a monster. I mean, I'm that guy that'll go, I'll take a 2 or 3 pounder every day, but man, if I can get one over 9, that's just awesome. That's a great catch. That's a great catch for sure. So I want to give it just a second. If anybody have any questions about how the tournament will be ran, how you register your catches for this year, everything's been the same. But if there's anybody new on here, now's the time to ask questions about the upcoming tournament. It starts midnight if you want to go fishing at midnight 01 on Saturday. Let me, now's the time to ask the question if you have any questions. Gary said, Brian over 6 and pushing 7 is the same thing. So you had 5 over 6 pounds. Yeah. And Brian failed math. And I'll be the first to admit, Brian and I both have been on the water because he's been on the lake at the same time I have. And I looked and said 4 or 5 pounds, and he's looked and said 5 or 6 pounds, or vice versa, and we've both been wrong. So, Chris Gomez, do you want to fish the southern or the northern? I have you registered. I know your name. Just tell me right now, and I'll send you out on the southern if you want the southern or northern. It's your choice. You can only fish one from California. That's the nice thing. You can only fish either the southern or the northern. Of course, you can fish all the other tournaments. So, Roger, great question. All you have to do, is email me the picture with the link on a bump board. Make sure the participant code that you receive from me tomorrow and Friday, probably tomorrow, is in the picture. So you want to be able to see the picture of the participant code with your fish on the bump board. And I'll tell you, Roger, people get creative. Some people have little placards with their participant code. It's going to be a 3-digit code. Some people write it on the back of their hand on a Sharpie. Nate Cross does that quite often. And I've even had people etch it in a Pepsi can before because they forgot their placard that they made. So just long as you have that code, or if you forget your code, if you want to do a short video with you filming your fish, long as the mouth is closed and you can see the length and say your code, that's fine as well. Long as I know that it's your fish, it's your code, and that the length is visible, I'll accept your fish. We've not had much of an issue with that in the past. Nick says you should have charged $20 a head for the time you put in. Yeah, well, no, I want to keep it fit. I hear you, Nick. I want to keep it. Hey, we're getting an extra $300 this year free from. Actually, I got to pump Omnia. They're giving you all. They sponsor all the prizes, so they've done us really good, and that's why I like to help them out. And guys, they give us the 15% discount code, so please utilize them. They sponsor this channel and sponsor these tournaments. They do a great job. They really do a lot for us. And throwing the extra $300 to the top Omnia Pro winner is a big deal. So, Chris is asking, is California north or south? Okay, Chris, sorry. If you live in California, you can choose to fish the Southern Big Bass Tournament or the Northern Big Bass Tournament. And you just let me know which one. You cannot fish both of them. You can only fish one of the Big Bass Tournament. California is the only green state. So you can fish either or. It's your choice. And I will tell you, don't think because you live in California that you're going to win in the Northern, because we get some big bass in the North. Okay, so you want to fish the Northern. All right, Chris, I will not send you a participant code until next month or till May. That tournament kicks off in May. So thanks for the clarification, Brian. Man, I was hoping I could get David Williams' photo up with him and his grandson, but I got it. I got it finally. I'm going to share it with you as soon as I get it up. Just a great photo. I'm going to share it right now. See, present. There you go. That is Mr. David Williams and his grandson, and that is 11.42 pounds caught on the Chickahominy. Great big catch. Congratulations again, David. David watches all of our episodes. He'll be watching this tomorrow probably. So thanks again for being for participating with us, Dave, and following us, and congratulations on a great catch. Cars and Fish, you just email me. I'll make sure you're on the list. And you're from North Carolina or one of the Carolinas, right? Or did I get it wrong? Got too many comments to go back. Wherever you're at, I'll take care of you. I got you. I did hear an email just pop in. So make sure I got everybody. Make sure I'm not missing any questions here. James, you're saying after you watch Santee Cooper's got some big fish in it. It's always been a good lake. And Brian said, you won't need forward face on the next 6 week. Fish are going to be shallow. They will be, but you know better. They ain't super shallow right now, Brian. You and I both know where they're at. Linda, am I in much pain? It was very painful. Up until today is the best day. I got to a doc. Went back to the doctor yesterday and got everything set, and it's all feeling better. So, broken leg sucks. Fortunately, I found this device here. Instead of using crutches, I have this peg leg device where I don't have to use crutches, and I'm hands free, so it works versus using crutches for my broken leg, so I can get around pretty good. So. Nick is saying, Mooney, I'm not a place for right now. Everyone I saw didn't catch anything. Well, Nick, I'll just tell you this. I hear that all the time. I hear it all the time. And my favorite thing my grandfather used to tell me when I tell him I wasn't catching anything and he was catching them, he would say, boy, you're not holding your mouth right. So, sometimes we're just not holding our mouth right. or fishing in the right spot or the right depth. So interesting note to hear because I crush them. And unfortunately, I can't fish. I can't say anything but right now. But typically, a day like today would be a great fishing day. Russell, I hear you. And trust me, I don't want to break a leg again. I don't want another broken leg, for sure. It's not any fun. It's not just the broken leg that stinks. It's just the timing, right? Because I had all kinds of plans of fishing this week and the next 3 or 4 weeks, and been on the water, and it crushed it. So, but that's life. By the way, I still have for you guys. There'll be content coming out. I will not do a live next week, the first week of the Big Bass Tournament. I won't do a live. I have some fishing content that I've had saved up. Actually, I saved it from last spring. It's pretty good content, in my opinion. So there'll be some fishing content come out next Wednesday night. And then 2 weeks from tonight will be the first live and will be the first Southern Big Bass update. And I'm just going to tell you guys ahead, I am not going to put the links on the second week. I'm just going to put the names of where you're at. I don't want to get people discouraged. That worked real well last year. So, we're going to do that. So 2 weeks from tonight will be your first update. And then I'll have a live all the way to the end after that. So there'll be 3 weeks straight of a live. So just beware. There'll be a live with an update. Not next Wednesday, but 3 straight Wednesdays up until the end of the Southern Big Bass Tournament. And then I'll put out, like I always do, I'll put out a video on a Wednesday night after the tournament ends announcing the 1st through 5th place winners. So, all right, let me see if I missed anybody. Cars and Fisher in California, I got you. Whatever you put in there, I'll take care of you if you want to fish north or south. Nick, I caught a 5-pounder December 31st. That caught anything since? I hear you. Well, a lot of January and February, there's ice on the lake. So I'm with you. I went, not this last Saturday, obviously my leg was broke. The Saturday prior, I went to Hunting Run opening and only got some 4-pounders, which every year prior, I've got one over 8 pounds on opening day at Hunting Run, but didn't do so this year. So, Roger's saying prediction of tornadoes here Friday and Saturday. Don't fish in tornadoes. That's not cool. Get on out there after for sure, folks. If you be careful. Something I'll tell you, and you'll see that this little bitty disclaimer this year in the rules. You're fishing at your own risk. This is not a sanctioned tournament, right? So fish at your own risk, but be safe, folks. I don't want anybody to get hurt out there. I'm not responsible for your actions. This is this is fish on your own type of thing. But I want everybody to be very, very safe. And Gary, my buddy Gary from Gary's Fish Tales, I'm real comfortable fishing in the weather, but everybody's got a different level of comfort, right? And I'll go right up to the edge. And if you watch a couple of years ago, I had a tornado go across the lake when I was on the lake. So it didn't hit me, but it was damn close. So everybody has their different level of comfort, but just be safe out there. Just be safe. Don't get struck by lightning. Don't run into a tornado. It's not that green fish. I don't care how big it is. Isn't worth it. So, James, you got 80 degrees today. You better start getting in some fish. I'm sure here pretty soon. For sure. It's the big ones. And by the way, again, if we got quite a few folks out here. By the way, congratulations to Gary from Gary's Fish Tales. He just recently finally hit 1,000 subscribers on his channel. If you're not following James at Crankin' Yankin', some of the best picturesque swamp and cypress and Spanish moss trees he fishes. It's beautiful. I love watching your videos, James. So give James a follow there at Crankin' and Yankin'. So, all right, just make sure I got everybody covered. I think we do. No outstanding questions. Again, folks, if you're watching this later, if you have questions, don't hesitate to email me. Everyone should get their participant code and their instructions by noon on Friday, hopefully latest afternoon on Friday. But my goal is to have everybody's participant code and instructions to them by this time tomorrow night. And, and again, about 580 folks. So it's going to take me a few minutes to get everybody out. But good luck to everyone. Be safe. Catch a big one. And by the way, you can register as many fish as you want. So if you catch a 12-incher and you just want to get one on the board, that's fine. You can register as many fish as you want in the big bass tournament. You can start at 12 and go up to 25. So the more fish you throw in, that's fine. I get to see a lot of fish, but I like to use them for content when we build out that the winning video. So thanks everybody. If you good luck out there, be safe, and we'll talk to you in 2 Wednesday nights is the next live for the next Southern Big Bass update. Thanks everybody.